All the ideas from Nigel Cumberland's book, 100 Things Successful People Do, Little Habits That Make a Big Difference. The book, 100 Things Successful People Do, Little Habits That Make a Big Difference, is a collection of simple yet powerful rules for achieving success, harmony, and joy in life, covering areas like career, relationships, health, and personal growth. Each rule is a short piece of advice with practical exercises, such as goal setting, practicing gratitude, or emotional intelligence, to help the reader live consciously and without regrets. It's worth reading if you want quick, motivating tools for change to transform everyday life into a path to complete happiness, especially for those seeking an easy guide to self-improvement. Nigel Cumberland, a British coach and co-founder of the Silk Road Partnership, wrote the book in 2016 as a follow-up to the bestseller 100 Things Successful People Do, drawing on his experience working with leaders and management. It has sold over 2 million copies in 30 languages, and the foreword was written by renowned coach Marshall Goldsmith. Interesting fact, Cumberland, who started as a corporate trainer, was inspired by Eastern philosophy and Western psychology, but the book drew controversy for the banality of its advice, though readers praise it for its conciseness and inspiration. Rule 1. Follow your dreams. Dreams are life's compass, and by following them, you gain meaning and motivation to overcome obstacles. Understand your true desires by writing them in a journal, and break them into small steps to move forward without being overwhelmed. Practice daily visualization of success, feeling the joy of achievement so your subconscious supports your efforts. In the book, a man who dreamed of traveling started with a small plan, and a year later had traveled the world, finding happiness. Follow your dreams, and life will flourish. This is the path to a fulfilling existence. Rule 2. Ask for help. Help from others isn't a weakness, it's a strength that accelerates growth and shows you're not alone on your journey. Realize that asking is trusting, and start with loved ones, formulating your request specifically to avoid misunderstandings. Practice gratitude after receiving help to strengthen bonds and create a cycle of mutual support. In the book, a woman who was afraid to ask for advice reached out to a friend and changed her career, gaining confidence. Ask for help and you'll grow faster. This builds a support network for a happy life. Rule 3. Create your future. The future isn't random. It's the result of your choices today. So take responsibility by planning goals with enthusiasm. Realize that every day is an opportunity, and make a to-do list, focusing on your main priorities. Practice the one thing technique. Choose the most important task for the day and complete it first to create momentum. In the book, a man who planned his future step by step achieved financial freedom and harmony. Create your future, and it will become reality. This gives you control and joy. Rule 4. Practice emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage your own and others' emotions, which makes you wiser in relationships. Be aware of your feelings, naming them aloud so they don't control you. And practice empathy by listening to others without judgment. Practice the pause technique. Before reacting, breathe to respond consciously, not impulsively. In the book, a person who developed emotional intelligence resolved the family conflict and found peace. Practice emotional intelligence, and relationships will flourish. This is the foundation of a happy life. Rule 5. Do the opposite. Doing the opposite is a way to break routine. Try unusual actions to open new horizons and joy. Realize that habits limit you and experiment. If you always avoid risk, take a small step forward. Practice the one day in reverse technique. Change your route, food, or conversations to awaken creativity. In the book, a woman, always cautious, tried a spontaneous trip and found inspiration for a new life. Do the opposite, and the world will be refreshed. This brings freshness and happiness. Rule 6. Let work become a pleasure. Work isn't a burden, it's a pleasure if you find meaning and joy in it, changing your attitude towards tasks. Realize that pleasure comes from gratitude for opportunities and focus on your strengths. Practice the gamify work technique. Turn routine into a game, setting mini goals with rewards so the day flies by easily. In the book, a man who hated his job found a challenge in it and became a happy professional. Let work become a pleasure and life will be filled with meaning. This is the path to harmony. Rule 7. Start your day right. The morning sets the tone for the day. So start it with a ritual that energizes you and fills you with positivity. Realize that the first 30 minutes determine your mood and include meditation, exercise, or gratitude. Practice the morning plan technique. Write down 3 goals for the day, visualizing their success to keep your mind focused. In the book, a man who started his day with meditation increased productivity and found calm. Start your day right, and it will be successful. This creates a foundation for happiness. Rule 8. Make peace with your past. The past is a teacher. Make peace with it by extracting lessons so it doesn't hold you back. Realize that memories shape the present and reframe them through forgiveness and gratitude. Practice the letter to the past technique. Write what it taught you and release resentments to free up energy. In the book, a woman who forgave past mistakes found freedom and new opportunities. Make peace with your past and it will become an ally. This opens the door to true happiness. Rule 9. Take breaks. Breaks are a time for recovery. Take them regularly to avoid burnout and maintain clarity. Realize that rest boosts productivity and plan short breaks throughout the day for breathing or walks. Practice the 5-minute pause technique. Stop, breathe, and observe your thoughts to return with renewed vigor. In the book, a man who incorporated breaks increased efficiency and found balance in life. Take breaks, and life will become easier. They are a source of strength and joy. Rule 10. Learn from life. Life is the best teacher. Learn from it through observation and experience to grow wiser. Realize that every day is a lesson, and analyze events by asking, what did I learn? Practice the lessons learned journal technique. In the evening, write down 3 discoveries from the day so your mind records knowledge and evolves. In the book, a man who learned from failures turned them into success and found wisdom. Learn from life, and it will become a mentor. This is a path to continuous happiness. Rule 11. Trust your gut. Your inner voice is intuition that leads to right decisions if you learn to listen to it amidst the noise of thoughts. Realize that the voice often whispers quietly, so practice silence through meditation or walks to hear it clearly. Practice the ask your gut technique. When in doubt, ask yourself, what do I feel? And follow the first impulse, testing it with small steps. In the book, a man who ignored his gut feeling lost his job, but learning to listen found the perfect path. Trust your gut. It's your compass. Listen to it, and life will become harmonious. Rule 12. Get rid of stress. Stress is a thief of time and joy. Get rid of it through breathing and reframing situations as challenges. Realize that stress arises from perception and practice the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8 to calm your mind. Visualize stress as a cloud drifting away to make room for calm. In the book, a woman suffering from work stress adopted breathing exercises and became productive without burnout. Get rid of stress and you'll find clarity. Practice breathing to live lightly. Rule 13, be likable. Be likable through smiles and sincerity, so people are subconsciously drawn to you. Realize that likability starts with your demeanor, and practice the mirror technique. Smile at your reflection to get used to positivity. Listen actively, asking questions to show interest, and people will open up. In the book, a salesman who mastered smiling doubled his sales through ease of communication. Be likable, and the world will respond with warmth. Smile, and connections will strengthen. Rule 14, say yes. Yes opens doors. Say it to new opportunities to grow and avoid regrets. Realize that refusal often stems from fear, and practice saying yes to small challenges, like a new hobby to build courage. Visualize a positive outcome for fear to recede. In the book, a man who said yes to an invitation met his life partner. Say yes, and life will expand. This is the key to adventure. Rule 15, say no. No is a boundary. Say it to protect your time and energy for what's important. Realize that no is an act of self-love, and practice the think first technique. Pause before responding to choose consciously. Phrase it gently, offering an alternative to preserve relationships. In the book, a manager who learned to say no avoided overload and found balance. Say no, and space for happiness will open up. This is the power of boundaries. Rule 16, give your time. Time is the most precious gift. Give it to loved ones to strengthen bonds and find joy. Realize that presence is more important than presence, and plan time for meetings, putting away gadgets. Practice the full presence technique. Focus on the moment. Listening actively. In the book, a father who gave time to his children built a strong family. Give time, and love will return. This is a true act of generosity. Rule 17. Focus on what you can control. Control only what's yours, letting go of external factors to avoid stress and find peace. Realize that focusing on what's possible gives you strength. And practice the circle of influence technique. List what's in your power and act there. Meditate on letting go, visualizing control as lightness. In the book, a man who focused on his habits changed his life, ignoring the chaos around him. Focus on what's controllable, and your strength will grow. This is the path to calmness. Rule 18, live within your means. Live within your means to avoid debt and find freedom, focusing on values. Realize that happiness is in simplicity, and create a budget, cutting impulsive spending. Practice the delay purchase technique. Wait 24 hours before spending to assess necessity. In the book, a couple who lived modestly saved for their dream and became happier. Live within your means and freedom will come. This is the foundation of financial happiness. Rule 19, live in the real world. The real world is a source of joy. Live in it, avoiding the illusions of social media or fantasies. Realize that the present is here and now, and practice the 5 senses technique. Describe what you see, hear, feel to ground yourself. Limit the virtual, focusing on live interactions. In the book, a person who disconnected from screens rekindled friendships and hobbies. Live in the real world, and joy will flourish. This brings you back to basics. Rule 20, concentrate. Concentration is a superpower. Focus on one thing to achieve profound results. Realize that multitasking scatters energy, and practice the Pomodoro technique. 25 minutes of focus, 5 minutes of rest. Eliminate distractions by creating a quiet space for work. In the book, a writer who concentrated on his book finished it in a month. Concentrate, and success will come. This multiplies your power. Rule 21, exude self-confidence. Confidence is a magnet for success. Exude it through posture and positivity so people are consciously drawn to you. Realize that confidence is born from practice. So daily repeat affirmations like, I am confident in my abilities, looking in the mirror. Practice the power pose technique. Stand tall, smile, and your mind will believe it, attracting opportunities. In the book, a man suffering from insecurity adopted affirmations and received a promotion, becoming a team leader. Exude confidence, and the world will respond with respect. This is your superpower for a happy life. Rule 22, give credit where credit is due. Give credit where it's due, praising good and correcting bad, so people grow alongside you. Realize that fairness strengthens trust, so practice the positive feedback technique. Start with praise, add advice, end with encouragement. This creates motivation without resentment. In the book, A teacher who gave credit where credit was due, inspired students to succeed, and found joy in his profession. Give credit where it's due, and your environment will flourish. This is a balance of justice and love. Rule 23, don't get attached to things. Things are temporary, don't get attached to them, focusing on experiences and people to find freedom. Realize that attachment breeds fear of loss. So practice the letting go technique. Once a month, get rid of unnecessary items, thanking them for lessons learned. This opens up space for the new. In the book, a woman who let go of a collection of belongings freed up space for travel and new hobbies. Don't get attached to things, and freedom will come. This is the path to lightness of being. Rule 24, maintain emotional contact. Emotional contact is the foundation of intimacy. Maintain it through sincere conversations to strengthen relationships. Realize that contact is born from vulnerability. So practice the open heart technique. Share your feelings, listening in return without judgment. This builds trust and joy. In the book, a couple who reestablish emotional contact through conversation save their marriage from breaking up. Maintain emotional contact, and love will flourish. This is the thread of happiness in relationships. Rule 25, live mindfully. A mindful life is a choice of the moment. Live in it, noticing details so joy doesn't slip away. Realize that mindfulness is a practice. So introduce the minute of presence technique. Every hour, stop, breathe, and feel the now. This reduces stress and enhances happiness. In the book, a person who lived mindfully found beauty in routine and achieved inner peace. Live mindfully, and every day will become a gift. This is the essence of true happiness. Rule 26, compromise. Compromise is a bridge in relationships. Cross it to maintain harmony and avoid conflicts. Realize that stubbornness destroys, and practice the halfway technique. Propose a solution where each side yields a little. This strengthens bonds and brings peace. In the book, friends who learn to compromise maintain their friendship for years. Compromise, and connections will strengthen. This is the art of harmony. Rule 27, be more than your job. Work is part of life. Be more than it by developing hobbies and interests to find fulfillment. Realize that identifying solely with work is limiting, so incorporate practices outside of it, volunteering or creative pursuits to unleash your talents. This brings balance and joy. In the book, a manager who found a hobby in painting became happier and more creative at work. Be more than your job, and life will expand. This is the key to wholeness. Rule 28, get to know yourself. Get to know yourself through reflection, to understand your strengths and grow without self-deception. Realize that self-knowledge is the foundation of happiness. So practice the self-questioning technique. Daily ask, what am I feeling and why? Writing down the answers. This opens the path to authenticity. In the book, a woman who understood her fears through journaling overcame them and found her calling. Get to know yourself, and you'll find strength. This is the foundation of a happy life. Rule 29, don't be afraid to get older. Age is an advantage. Don't fear it. Seeing in it wisdom and experience to live a full life. Realize that fear of aging comes from society, so practice the gratitude for ageless technique. List the positives of maturity, like calm or knowledge. This brings acceptance and joy. In the book, a woman who embraced age started a new hobby and found a second youth. Don't be afraid of aging. It's a gift. Embrace it to live vibrantly. Rule 30, be both an extrovert and an introvert. The balance of extroversion and introversion is key to harmony. Be flexible to adapt to situations. Realize that neither type is ideal, so practice the switching technique. Be outgoing in company, reflective in solitude. This broadens your horizons and connections. In the book, an introvert who learned extroversion expanded his network and found friends. Be flexible, and the world will open up. Balance is the secret to social joy. Rule 31, compromise. Compromise is the art of balance. Engage in it during conflicts to maintain relationships and find common ground. Realize that stubbornness destroys, and practice the win-win technique. Propose solutions where both parties benefit. Listen first to understand the other's position, and offer flexible options. In the book, a couple who mastered compromise saved their marriage and found harmony. Compromise and connections will strengthen. This is the wisdom for peace. Rule 32, be more than your job. Work isn't everything. Be more than it by developing hobbies and relationships to avoid burnout. Realize that identity is broader than a job title, and dedicate time to yourself outside the office. Practice the boundaries technique. Finish work on time and mentally disengage to pursue what ignites your soul. In the book, a manager who found a hobby gained joy and productivity. Be more than your job, and life will flourish. This is balance for happiness. Rule 33, get to know yourself. Self-knowledge is key to growth. Know yourself through reflection and questions about values and desires. Realize that without self-knowledge, you wander, and practice the self-journal technique. Daily record thoughts, feelings, and patterns. Ask, who am I without my masks? For depth. In the book, a woman who knew herself chose her path and found purpose. Get to know yourself, and strength will emerge. This is the foundation of true happiness. Rule 34, don't be afraid to get older. Aging is a privilege. Don't fear it. Embracing it as a stage of wisdom and experience to live a full life. Realize that the fear of old age comes from society, so practice the gratitude for years technique. List the benefits of maturity like calmness or knowledge. This brings acceptance and joy. In the book, a man who embraced old age lived actively and inspired others. Don't be afraid of aging. It's a gift. Embrace it with a smile. Rule 35. Be both an extrovert and an introvert. The balance of extroversion and introversion is strength. Be flexible, alternating socializing and solitude for energy. Realize that both sides are needed and plan time for people and for yourself. Practice the balanced day technique. Morning for reflection, evening for meetings. In the book, a person who mastered balance found harmony in socializing and rest. Be both an extrovert and an introvert, and your energy will multiply. This is adaptability. Rule 36, live without prejudice. Prejudices limit, live without them, opening the world to people and ideas with a clear view. Realize that stereotypes steal opportunities, and practice the questioning technique. Ask, why do I think this? When making judgments. Meet diverse people to broaden your perspective. In the book, a traveler who shed prejudices found friends around the world. Live without prejudice, and your world will expand. This is freedom of mind. Rule 37, become a better parent. Parenting is a chance to raise happy children. Become better by focusing on love and example. Realize that children learn from you, and practice the quality time technique. Play and listen without distractions. Set boundaries with warmth to foster confidence. In the book, a parent who dedicated time raised independent children. Become a better parent, and your legacy will flourish. This is love in action. Rule 38, stay away from a polluted environment. Your environment affects your health. Stay away from toxins by choosing clean air and food. Realize that pollution steals energy, and filter your water. Eat organic. Practice the detox technique. Once a week, cleanse your home and body of harmful elements. In the book, a city dweller who moved to the countryside found clarity. Stay away from pollution, and your body will thank you. This is self-care. Rule 39. Step outside your comfort zone. The comfort zone is a trap. Step out of it by trying new things to grow and gain courage. Realize that growth lies beyond the familiar, and start with a small daily challenge. Practice the step-by-step technique. Choose a fear and take one action against it. In the book, a woman who stepped out of her comfort zone launched a business and succeeded. Step out of your comfort zone and your potential will be unleashed. This is the path to greatness. Rule 40. Appreciate your loved ones. Loved ones are a treasure. Appreciate them by expressing gratitude and giving them your time to strengthen bonds. Realize that life is short and call or meet regularly. Practice the words of appreciation technique. Say, I appreciate you for weekly. In the book, a person who valued family found support in difficulties. Appreciate your loved ones, and love will multiply. This is the heart of happiness. Rule 41. The whole world is a source of wisdom. Use it. The world is full of lessons. Draw wisdom from books, people, and experience to grow continuously. Realize that knowledge is everywhere and practice the ask the wise technique. Seek advice from elders or experts. Read widely, applying lessons immediately to reinforce them. In the book, a person who listened to travelers' stories found a life philosophy and harmony. The whole world is a teacher. Use it so wisdom flows like a river. Rule 42. Emulate the best. Emulate the best in your field to raise your standards and be inspired to achieve greatness. Realize that success models accelerate your path and study their habits, copying what's useful. Practice the mental mentor technique. Visualize advice from an idol before a task. In the book, an athlete who emulated a champion won competitions. Emulate the best, and your ceiling will rise. This accelerates growth. Rule 43. Find the courage to endure failure. Failures are lessons. Find the courage to endure them, rising stronger with each fall. Realize that failure is a step towards success, and analyze mistakes without self-flagellation. Practice the lesson from failure technique. Write what you learned and your plan for next time. In the book, an entrepreneur who survived bankruptcy built an empire. Find courage in failures, and victory is near. This strengthens your spirit. Rule 44. Accept yourself as you are. Accept yourself completely with your strengths and weaknesses to find inner peace and confidence. Realize that self-criticism steals joy and practice the mirror of love technique. Look into your eyes and say, I accept myself. Focus on your strengths daily. In the book, a woman who accepted her body found happiness in relationships. Accept yourself, and freedom will flourish. This is the foundation of love. Rule 45. Monitor and manage your thoughts. Thoughts shape reality. Monitor them, replacing negativity with positivity for a happy life. Realize that the mind is a garden and practice the switch technique. When a bad thought arises, say stop and insert a positive one. Meditate on gratitude for mental clarity. In the book, a person who managed their thoughts healed from depression. Monitor your thoughts, and life will change. This is control over destiny. Rule 46. Don't forget people. People are the essence of life. Don't forget them. Maintaining connections through memories and attention. Realize that forgetting hurts, and practice the important list technique. Call or text them regularly. Share stories to keep connections alive. In the book, a person who remembered old friends found support in a crisis. Don't forget people, and a network of warmth will surround you. This nourishes the soul. Rule 47. Determine what drives you. Motives are a driving force. Identify them to live meaningfully. and avoid emptiness. Realize that true drivers are values and practice the why technique. Ask, why is this important? 5 times for depth. Write down your top 3 and consult them in decisions. In the book, a man who found his motivation in family succeeded in his career. Determine your drivers and your path will be illuminated. This provides purpose. Rule 48, appreciate what you have. Appreciate the present to find abundance in your heart and avoid craving more. Realize that gratitude multiplies and practice the gifts list technique. Daily list 5 things you're grateful for. Feel the emotions for it to become a habit. In the book, a person who appreciated little things found happiness without wealth. Appreciate what you have, and joy will multiply. This is the secret to contentment. Rule 49, reconcile with your parents. Parents are your roots. Reconcile with them, letting go of resentments for inner peace. Realize that discord holds you back, and practice the heartfelt conversation technique. Express feelings honestly, listening to their side. Forgive, seeing them as imperfect humans. In the book, an adult who reconciled with his father healed childhood wounds. Reconcile with your parents, and freedom will come. This heals generations. Rule 50, laugh more. Laughter is medicine. Laugh more often to relieve tension and fill life with lightness. Realize that humor changes perspective, and practice the laughter a day technique. Watch comedies or recall funny moments. Laugh at yourself not to take everything too seriously. In the book, a person who introduced laughter overcame stress and found friends. Laugh more and life will shine. This is the elixir of happiness. Rule 51, maintain your individuality. Individuality is your uniqueness. Maintain it by not conforming to the crowd to live authentically. Realize that copying steals joy, and practice the your own voice technique. Speak and act according to your convictions, ignoring criticism. Express yourself in style or hobbies without shame. In the book, an artist who maintained his style found recognition and happiness. Maintain your individuality, and your soul will flourish. This is your strength. Rule 52, get enough sleep. Sleep is recovery. Get 7 to 9 hours to keep your mind and body performing at their peak. Realize that lack of sleep steals energy, and create a ritual, a dark room, no screens an hour before bed. Practice the letting go of the day technique. Breathe and visualize relaxation before sleep. In the book, a person who regulated sleep increased productivity and mood. Get enough sleep and energy will return. This is the foundation of health. Rule 53, do things your own way. Do things your own way, following your heart to avoid regrets and live a full life. Realize that others' paths are not yours, and practice the your own choice technique. Weigh decisions based on your inner feeling, not opinion. Start small to build courage. In the book, a woman who chose her own path left an unloved job and succeeded. Do things your own way, and freedom will be found. This is authenticity. Rule 54, strive for simplicity. Simplicity is clarity. Strive for it. Removing clutter from your life to focus on what matters most. Realize that complexity tires, and practice the minimalism technique. Once a month, declutter your home and schedule. Focus on, yes, this is important. In the book, a person who simplified their life found peace and time for joy. Strive for simplicity, and ease will come. This purifies the soul. Rule 55, start today. Today is the only day. Start making changes now, so you don't put off dreams until tomorrow. Realize that procrastination steals time, and practice the first step technique. Take one small action toward your goal immediately. Write, today I begin for motivation. In the book, a person who started today achieved their fitness goal in a year. Start today, and your potential will build. This is the key to action. Rule 56, value experiences, not possessions. Experiences are true treasures. Value them above possessions, so memories nourish your soul. Realize that things fade, while experiences live forever, and plan adventures instead of purchases. Practice the monthly experience technique. Choose a new experience. In the book, a couple who invested in travel gained a wealth of memories, value, experiences, and life will be enriched. This is eternal joy. Rule 57, write down your goals. Goals on paper are reality. Write them down so your mind focuses and achieves. Realize that what is written materializes, and practice the SMART goals technique: specific, measurable, time-bound. Reread daily for reminders. In the book, a student who wrote down goals graduated with honors. Write down your goals, and they will come true. This is a map to success. Rule 58, read passionately. Reading is food for the mind. Read passionately to grow and be inspired by worlds. Realize that books change perspective, and set aside 30 minutes a day without distractions. Practice the notes technique. Highlight and apply ideas immediately. In the book, a person who read daily developed business ideas and succeeded. Read passionately, and wisdom will multiply. This is fuel for growth. Rule 59, develop a thick skin. Thick skin is a shield against criticism. Develop it to focus on your goal, not on words. Realize that opinions aren't facts, and practice the letting go technique. Breathe and say, this isn't about me. Learn from feedback, ignoring the toxic. In the book, a leader who developed a thick skin overcame hate and built a company. Develop a thick skin and your strength will grow. This protects your dream. Rule 60, be generous. Generosity is giving without expectation. Be generous so goodness returns and your heart grows. Realize that generosity multiplies, and give your time, knowledge, or help. Practice the act a day technique. Do a good deed anonymously for joy. In the book, a person who helped those in need gained connections and success. Be generous, and the world will respond. This is a cycle of good. Rule 61, eat right. Nutrition is body fuel. Eat right, choosing natural and balanced foods for energy and health. Realize that food affects mood, and practice the balance plate technique. Half vegetables, a quarter protein, a quarter carbohydrates. Cook yourself to control ingredients. In the book, a person who switched to healthy eating lost weight and found harmony. Eat right, and your body will thank you. This is the foundation of well-being. Rule 62, strive for harmony. Harmony is balance in everything. Strive for it by synchronizing work, rest, and relationships. Realize that imbalance fatigues, and practice the wheel of life technique. Evaluate areas and adjust weak ones. Meditate on balance daily. In the book, a woman who found harmony avoided burnout and flourished. Strive for harmony, and inner peace will be established. This is the key to calm. Rule 63, come home on time. Home is a sanctuary. Come home on time to dedicate time to loved ones and yourself for recovery. Realize that overworking steals life, and set boundaries at work. Practice the off switch technique. Finish tasks and mentally disengage. In the book, a father who came home early strengthened his family and found joy. Come home on time and balance will return. This is about prioritizing what matters. Rule 64, work while you can. Work is a contribution. Work while your strength allows to feel purpose and independence. Realize that laziness steals potential, and focus on contribution, not hours. Practice the small tasks technique. Do one at a time to maintain flow. In the book, a retiree who continued his work found meaning and health. Work while you can, and life will be filled. This is the energy of purpose. Rule 65, improve your body language. Body language is a non-verbal message. Improve it to convey confidence and warmth. Realize that posture affects perception and practice the openness technique. Stand tall, hands visible, smile. Practice in front of a mirror to build the habit. In the book, a speaker who mastered body language captivated his audience. Improve your body language and your influence will grow. This is nonverbal power. Rule 66, choose your friends wisely. Friends shape you. Choose them wisely, based on values and support for growth. Realize that toxic people drag you down and surround yourself with inspiring ones. Practice the evaluation technique. Ask, does this improve me about your connections? In the book, a person who chose his friends wisely succeeded in his goals. Choose your friends wisely, and your circle will uplift you. This is the environment of success. Rule 67, be curious. Curiosity is the engine of growth. Be curious, asking questions and exploring new things. Realize that routine kills interest and practice the child's why technique. Ask why 5 times about things. Read or try new things weekly. In the book, a curious scientist discovered innovations. Be curious, and the world will open up. This is the spark of discovery. Rule 68, do what you say. Words and deeds in harmony. Do what you say to earn trust and self-respect. Realize that inconsistency destroys and practice the promise yourself technique. Promise little, but deliver. Track commitments. In the book, a leader who kept his word built a team. Do what you say, and your reputation will strengthen. This is integrity. Rule 69, pause before you hit send. A pause before sending saves you from mistakes. Take your time so your words are wise. Realize that impulsivity harms, and practice the 10-second technique. Reread and wait before clicking. Ask, is this necessary? In the book, a manager who paused avoided a conflict. Pause before sending and communication will improve. This is emotional control. Rule 70, befriend your fears. Fears are teachers. Befriend them by examining and acting despite them for freedom. Realize that fear is an illusion and practice the face-to-face technique. Write down your fear and take a small step against it. Visualize victory. In the book, a person who befriended his fear of heights skydived. Befriend your fears, and courage will flourish. This is liberation. Rule 71, tell the truth. Truth is the foundation of trust. Always tell it to live authentically and find inner peace. Realize that lies complicate life, and practice the gentle honesty technique. Express truth with care, focusing on facts. Start with yourself, admitting mistakes openly. In the book, a person who embraced truth restored relationships and gained respect. Tell the truth and freedom will come. This is the basis of honor. Rule 72, become a master of your craft. Mastery is the result of practice. Become one in your chosen field through persistence and learning. Realize that talent without effort fades and dedicate hours to practice. Practice the 10,000 hours technique. Focus on weak areas daily. In the book, a musician who became a master conquered the stage. Become a master, and recognition will follow. This is the path to perfection. Rule 73, apologize when you're wrong. Apology is strength. Apologize sincerely when you're wrong to heal wounds and preserve connections. Realize that pride destroys and say, I'm sorry, timely with an explanation. Practice the full apology technique, admit the mistake, express regret, offer a solution. In the book, a friend who apologized regained friendship. Apologize when you're wrong, and peace will be restored. This is maturity. Rule 74, Don't lose touch with old friends. Old friends are anchors. Don't lose touch, maintaining connections through memories and meetings. Realize that new friends won't replace history, and plan calls or meetings. Practice the recall technique. Share old photos for warmth. In the book, a person who reconnected with old friends found support in difficulties. Don't lose old friends, and your roots will strengthen. This is eternal support. Rule 75, see the bigger picture. A broad perspective is wisdom. Look at situations from different angles to avoid narrow-mindedness. Realize that tunnel vision limits, and practice the different angle technique. Ask, how would someone else see this? Read opposing opinions. In the book, a leader who broadened his perspective resolved a conflict. See the bigger picture, and solutions will come. This is mental flexibility. Rule 76, embrace technology. Technology is a tool. Embrace it, mastering it for efficiency and growth. Realize that resistance hinders, and continuously learn new things. Practice the one app technique. Master one new application a week for benefit. In the book, a retiree who mastered gadgets stayed current and active. Embrace technology and your world will simplify. This is modern power. Rule 77, be persistent and don't give up. Persistence is key to your goal. Embody it, continuing despite obstacles. Realize that giving up steals dreams, and practice the small victories technique. Acknowledge progress for motivation. Visualize the finish line. In the book, an inventor who didn't give up created a breakthrough. Be persistent, and victory is near. This is the perseverance of champions. Rule 78, beware of addiction. Addiction is chains. Beware of them, recognizing them in habits and limiting them. Realize that everything in moderation, and practice the boundaries technique. Set limits on screens or substances. Seek alternatives for balance. In the book, a person who overcame addiction found freedom. Beware of addiction, and control will return. This protects your will. Rule 79, spend more time in nature. Nature is healing. Spend time in it to restore energy and clarity. Realize that concrete fatigues, and walk daily, breathing deeply. Practice the grounding technique. Walk barefoot on grass. In the book, a city dweller who went into the woods found peace. Spend time in nature, and your soul will come alive. This is a connection to the source. Rule 80, use your mind rationally. The mind is a tool. Use it rationally, analyzing facts without emotion for wise decisions. Realize that impulses deceive, and practice the pros and cons technique. Weigh the arguments for and against. Ask what proves it. In the book, an investor who thought rationally multiplied his capital. Use your mind rationally, and errors will disappear. This is clarity. Rule 81, focus on reputation, not rankings. Reputation is lasting capital. Focus on it. Building trust through actions, not chasing likes. Realize that rankings are fleeting, and practice the honest steps technique. Do what you promise, even in small things. Protect your name, avoiding gossip. In the book, a businessman who guarded his reputation gained loyal clients for years. Focus on reputation, and respect will grow. This is eternal currency. Rule 82, say goodbye to toxic people. Toxic people steal energy. Part with them gently but firmly to preserve your peace. Realize that boundaries are self-care, and practice the farewell conversation technique. Explain your reason and wish them well. Block contacts if necessary. In the book, a woman who left a toxic friend found calm and new allies. Say goodbye to those who poison your life, and your space will clear. This is an act of self-love. Rule 83, learn from your grandparents before it's too late. The wisdom of elders is a treasure. Learn from your grandparents, recording their stories and advice. Realize that time passes and plan visits with questions about life. Practice the interview technique. Ask about lessons and love. In the book, a grandson who collected his grandfather's stories found a life compass. Learn from your elders and wisdom will be inherited. This is a generational connection. Rule 84. Be the person you can be proud of. Self-pride comes from values. Be a person who aligns with your principles daily. Realize that compromising your conscience hurts. And practice the evening mirror technique. Ask, am I proud today? Act with integrity. In the book, a man who lived by principles gained self-respect. Be worthy of pride, and your soul will flourish. This is an inner victory. Rule 85. Be grateful. Gratitude is a magnet for happiness. Practice it by listing life's gifts for abundance in your heart. Realize that focusing on the good multiplies, and practice the 3 gratitudes technique: morning, noon, and evening. Say them aloud. Feel the emotions. In the book, a person who introduced gratitude overcame depression. Be grateful, and joy will multiply. This is a life transformer. Rule 86. Focus on the good news. Good news nourishes the spirit. Focus on it, filtering out negativity for a positive worldview. Realize that media emphasizes the bad, so seek inspiring stories. Practice the positive flow technique. Read or share good things daily. In the book, a journalist who focused on the good found optimism. Focus on the good news, and the world will brighten. This is a choice of mindset. Rule 87. Real success cannot be faked. True success is internal. Strive for it through authenticity, not ostentation. Realize that falsehood is visible and measure success by contribution and growth. Practice the internal ledger technique. Evaluate based on your own values. In the book, an artist who remained true to himself found genuine fame. Real success is in the soul. Strive for it sincerely. Rule 88. Age is not a vice. Age is experience. Embrace it as an advantage. Living actively at any stage. Realize that numbers don't define you, and focus on health and curiosity. Practice the youthful spirit technique. Try new things regardless of age. In the book, a 70-year-old who started exercising found a second youth. Age is not a vice, but a strength. Live it fully. Rule 89. Breathe properly. Breathing is life. Breathe properly, deeply, and consciously to calm your mind and body. Realize that shallow breathing creates stress, and practice the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. Do it daily for clarity. In the book, a person who mastered breathing overcame anxiety. Breathe properly, and energy will flow. This is instant calm. Rule 90. Travel more. Travel broadens horizons. Travel more often to gather experiences and lessons. Realize that home isn't the whole world, and plan trips, even small ones. Practice the budget adventure technique. Find inexpensive options. In the book, an office worker who traveled found inspiration for life. Travel more, and the world will open up. This is an elixir of growth. Rule 91. Keep a journal. A journal is a mirror to the soul. Keep it daily to understand thoughts, emotions, and progress. Realize that writing clears the mind, and practice the 3 pages technique. Write freely in the morning, whatever comes to mind. Reread for lessons. In the book, a woman who kept a journal resolved internal conflicts and found clarity. Keep a journal, and self-awareness will grow. This is a dialogue with yourself. Rule 92. Lose yourself and find yourself again. Lose yourself in flow to find your true self through hobbies or nature without distractions. Realize that ego hinders, and practice the flow technique. Engage fully in a favorite activity, forgetting time. Return refreshed. In the book, an artist who lost himself in creativity found inspiration. Lose yourself, and you'll find your essence. This is a soul reboot. Rule 93. Plan. Planning is a map to success. Plan your day, week, year to live consciously. Realize that chaos steals time and practice the priorities technique. Choose 3 main tasks for the day. Use a calendar for reminders. In the book, a manager who planned achieved balance and goals. Plan and control will return. This is the path to efficiency. Rule 94. Tick off your bucket list. A bucket list is motivation. Create it and tick off items to live without regrets. Realize that dreams await action and practice the 1 a month technique. Choose a wish and steps toward it. Celebrate achievements. In the book, a person who completed their list skydived and gained courage. Tick off your bucket list and life will be fulfilled. This is an adventure. Rule 95. Help the planet. The planet is home. Help it through eco-friendly habits for the future and your conscience. Realize that small actions add up and practice the 3 R's technique. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Choose sustainable. In the book, an activist who sorted trash inspired the community. Help the planet and harmony will return. This is responsibility. Rule 96. Think big. Big thoughts elevate. Think about goals, values, and contribution for inspiration. Realize that pettiness narrows and practice the meaning question technique. Ask, how does this serve a greater purpose? Meditate on your vision. In the book, a leader who thought big changed an industry. Think big and potential will be unleashed. This is vision. Rule 97. Unlearn. Unlearn old habits to learn new things and stay flexible. Realize that baggage slows you down and practice the decluttering technique. Quarterly review beliefs. Letting go of outdated ones. Be open-minded. In the book, an expert who unlearned mastered digital skills. Unlearn and growth will accelerate. This is renewal. Rule 98. Be a mentor on the path to success. Mentorship is sharing knowledge. Be a mentor to multiply success and meaning. Realize that teaching is learning twice over, and share your experience with younger individuals. Practice the meetup technique. Regularly meet for advice. In the book, a teacher who mentored saw his students flourish. Be a mentor, and a legacy will be created. This is a cycle of wisdom. Rule 99, leave something behind. A legacy is a mark on the world. Leave it through contribution, family, or creativity. Realize that life is temporary and focus on impact. Practice the letter to the future technique. Write what you want to leave behind. In the book, a philanthropist who founded a foundation lives on through good deeds. Leave a legacy and you will find immortality. This is meaning. Rule 100. Regret nothing. Regret is wasted energy. Live without regrets, accepting the past and focusing on the present. Realize that every choice is a lesson and practice the farewell with forgiveness technique. Forgive yourself and move forward. Live fully. In the book, an elder without regrets smiled at the sunset of his life. Regret nothing and freedom will flourish. This is the ultimate happiness. This is such a wonderful book. I have compiled a separate list of all the important theses from this book, along with all the techniques and tools, and created a step-by-step action plan that you can immediately implement in your life. You can get all this in my community, Place of Power. There, you will find a detailed text analysis with similar lists for each book being reviewed. The community has already thoroughly analyzed and made available to you hundreds of world bestsellers, with a new analysis released every day. Follow the link in the description and use it.